Welcome back, everybody. After that short break, we are here for the last series again. Guys, this is the University Alliance Cup. We have the top 12 Wild Rift collegiate teams in the Philippines. They're all competing for great prizes, 100,000 pesos, the right to call themselves the best, college in the country for Wild Rift, as well as scholarships. Again, I am Naisu. I'm paired here with none other than Rox as well. And how are you feeling, Rox?
Very pumped to shout us again with Naisu, dude. Napakasarap sa piling mag-shoutcast ng kasama yung mga tropa kong shoutcaster. I mean,
Yeah.
streamer. Streamer shoutcaster.
We're both streamers. We actually collabed a couple times, and it was a lot of fun. But we are here, guys, to see this last series. It is going to be the Holy Angel University Valiant Winx, I believe, Valiant Winx versus Ateneo's Loyola Gaming. Yeah. So very, very interesting matchup. Valiant has 10 points, right? Valiant has 10 points. Ateneo has 3. They do want to focus on going 2-0 here for this series because so they can grab those points. If they do manage to go 2-0, they will be 4th place, and we'll see what happens, all right, in these games. So interesting, and we're just going to go ahead and wait until the banning phase comes here, the picks and everything, and see how these two teams battle it out. Rox, have you seen these two teams play?
To be honest, I haven't yet, and I'm excited to know how they play though, because I know people from those two universities, and I want to know how they play. I hope it's good. I hope it's the same like last game. I mean, first game of last game, but not the second. The second one got dominated.
Yeah, I mean, so we can already tell, Valiant Winx, a very strong team. They've been performing really, really well throughout the entire, the entire tournament. And as well as LG, I was just going to say LG, but because I think I shoutcasted LG's game last weekend. They have good players, and I mean most of these teams all have good players, right? That's why they're competing in this tournament. But the thing is, as far as execution goes, I think they just need to get that execution down on their part, because I've seen TK, Coane, even, I'm going to say this wrong, Atroxium and Paradox, Altershot, they're all amazing players. I think they just have to get that synergy down to really execute those plays. TK is a great jungle. I have not had the chance to shoutcast yet for Valiant Winx, but I have seen their play in VODs and everything. And again, very good team. It's clear they have 10 points in this whole tournament, and it's just going to be interesting to see how both these teams go head to head. Every game ends up being actually really interesting. The reason being is because even though we see similar picks across the tournament, we see a lot of Garen, we see a lot of Fioras, who else? Rengar, Kaisa, Braum. But the thing is, the way that teams sometimes build around those champions, or the way that they execute them, is really the interesting part to see from a caster perspective and viewer perspective as well. So just like I said, I mean, Ziggs is another common pick that we see a lot of. And I think that you see different play styles too from these players. And being a professional player yourself, Rox, when you were in college, how, did you hope for a path, like a tournament like this, where you could say like, hey, this is the path to be a pro? You know what I mean? Like, this is so different for college players now than it was for when you were in college, I'm sure.
Of course, it would have been a game changer if this was introduced earlier when I was still in college. But yeah, it's exciting times for our college students, especially those that are into esports, and I'm really happy for them. I hope they're having the time of their lives with this esports kind of tournaments like the University Alliance Cup. They should join this if they know they got what it takes, if they know they can be the top of their university. Why not? Don't waste the potential.
Yeah. And I think the cool thing here is, that there is an opportunity like AcadArena. And before we dive into these team comps and everything, I do want to just say, AcadArena, because we've had people ask, how do they get it to their college? How do they join a program like this? If you want to bring AcadArena to your school, the AcadArena Alliance program is obviously here for you guys. All you have to do is pretty much go over to their website and check out the requirements, the registration process, all that stuff is there on the website. It's AcadArena.com/Alliance. All right. So we have our picks here, Rox. And what can you say about the team comps so far?
Well, for Valiant Wings, the first pick 6 is it's a great pick. Their Steve's it's probably the main champion of their mid lane. I I see a combo with the Jarvan that's good because 6 without the combo is just like playing Adam when
Yeah.
you don't have anybody to follow up with. And for the side of Loyal Gaming, it's pretty normal. Camille, Lee Sin. It's OP picks though. Got your mid lane, Diana Azrael. It's good picks.
Yeah.
Compared to Bio Wings, I think Loyola Gaming has the upper hand here because when the Jarvan and the Akali goes in, there's Agadia waiting to taunt them. There's Lee Sin to reveal the Akali. There's Camille to go in the back line, and there's an Ezreal to poke them before the team fight starts. But
Yeah.
yeah, that's my vote. I think Loyal Game has a better team comp. They can win this as long as they got perfect execution. But seeing that Valiant Wings does have has higher points, it shows to prove that they are the better team compared to points right now. But we don't know what's gonna happen in game.
Yeah, comparing the teams. I mean, TK has his Lee Sin. I've seen TK play Lee Sin before, and I think he's one of the strong junglers for this entire tournament. So it's gonna depend. Again, I think it always comes down to that jungle matchup, especially early on. Who's kind of controlling those objectives. The jungle. Whoa, there's already some early poke here coming out from Cool on the Akali. But as I was saying, those early objectives, that momentum for the games are really going to play a role here for every match that we see in Wild Rift. So I've seen TK perform on his Lee Sin. It's going to be interesting to see the matchup now with Chicken, and we'll see how these teams play it out.
Wait a second. Why is there a quirky picture and Kaisa in bottom? What is legit, man?
Oh yeah, it's a quirky support.
What? I thought I was hallucinating.
Yeah, I just noticed that as well going into that. So we have Corki and a Kaisa, and if we take a look at the runes that Corki's running.
Staying kleptomancy, but I guess it works though because he has a lot of skills that can be pressed.
Yeah, he has that. That's going to be interesting because later in the game, mid-game to late game, if they really wanted to, they could have that, potential of 2 ADCs, I guess. I mean, he did start with a long sword, so but he's got those runes. So here we go. We have the jungles going one-on-one here. TK on top of Chicken. He does land that strike. There you go. He gets a flash out because the Ziggs is here. Kelv's now looking to continue this fight here as Cool comes down on the Akali. And they're going to go ahead and grab that scuttle, but there is Alter shot there on the Camille as well. They might still contest this. They're looking to. Gets the hook shot. There you go. The smite coming down, and they go ahead and take down Chicken Wings. Never mind. That's going to be the kill right there. That's going to be a kill for Akali. And now Cool trying to run for his life here. And there we go. It's a 1-for-1 trade. The scuttle comes down as well. Let's take a look at that replay right there.
When they got the jungle of Team Wings Jarvan, the gadget took a long time to charge his stun. He should have just let it go immediately so that they could have caught the Camille before the Camille jumped out. And then after he missed his stun, he used his Justice Punch immediately on nothing. On nothing.
Yeah, yeah, I mean, they had. I think he was also pretty low, like before that even started, and they just continued. Alter shot came down with Camille to continue that fight there, and it looks like there's a huge one-on-one fight going on as well. Alter shot. I've seen Alter shot on Camille before as well. Does really well at staying in that Baron lane, pushing that lane out, but also having that Hex Tech ultimatum later on for these team fights to really lock down those targets, I think will really be beneficial. Not to mention Koane on a Galio. Hero's entrance always there to change the tide of a battle as well.
Yeah, and right now we see Lee Sin trying to gank the Akali, but right now is not able to because the minion wave is pushing. He can't go inside the brushes, and he is spotted by a ward right now, but he's still going in.
Heck, yeah, now they're going to go ahead and get the flash out. And that's going to be a burnt flash for Cool, so not a total loss there, and that's going to be okay. But again, the ultimate for Camille is out as well. Both summoners Cool still in the lane here, and a lot of action to start the game out. There you go, the kick coming out from TK. They're working on this. That should be a flash out coming out from Kevs, plus the satchel charge as well. Is going to be able to survive. Does get the honey fruit. Okay, see, there's just so many skirmishes, and now we have a dragon coming up. It is Mountain Drake. It's going to be interesting to see how they go for that. A lot of summoners are down, and 2 Baron laners going on it as well.
There seems to be some miscommunication happening for Team Loyola Gaming because that 6 gank in mid lane could have been perfect execution. All that miss was just as much.
Oh, get the kill under the turret as well. Mega Fertibomb coming down now. Jaina gets taken out. Corki coming in. He did go and commit, but here comes TK. He's going to be able to get out in time. He does flash out. He's able to survive. Killer Instinct now coming out by the Kaisa. That's going to be the knockout coming out from Boane. And there you go. True Shot Barrage as well. And now, Extrium. How do you say his name, man? The Ezreal. Atrium. As a blurry finger. Atrixium. Able to survive, and here they go. The hookshot coming out. Are they going to be able to get this Dragon Hextech Ultimatum coming out? But that's going to be a smite coming out from Blue Team. Redemption in the Monsoon as well, and now gets taken out. That's goodbye for Camille. And they're going to go ahead and give that Dragon over to Valiant Winx.
The Lee Sin was very unlucky in that team fight. If you guys saw, he went for his Sonic Wave, and he got satchel charged out of the way. I mean, inside. He got satchel charged inside the. Down the river. I know what he was trying to do. He was trying to Sonic Wave, but he was gonna fake it and jump to the right side. Left side.
Yeah.
That satchel charge really confused him in what to do next, and so he needed to flash over the blue buff. And the Kaito was so aggressive in trying to take down those 3 people from Loyola game, but she did the right choice because all of them were very low and she still had full HP.
Yeah, I like that satchel charge though too, and I mean it's interesting again seeing that Corki, seeing Corki here, like instead of a conventional support, Corki going in, and I think sometimes too, I'm not sure exactly what we're gonna have to take a look at the items here, but Rift Herald is up, so we're gonna see both teams sitting around here. There goes the Cataclysm, we're right on top of Paradox. Plus the Mega Inferno Bomb. That's going to be a death right there for the Paradox on that Janna. So they do get a pick off, and Rift Herald now at half health. Again, they have 280 carry advantage here, and now they're going to go ahead and just poke a little bit, but TK does not have the GA, of course, so he's going to go ahead and possibly just give this up. They don't want to die to this anymore because right now LG is behind, 8-2. They don't want to just die again into a team fight that they know they can't win. So probably the smart decision. Yeah, probably the smart decision there.
Although this Corki is uncommon pick, I don't really. It didn't really do anything in the laning phase. There was no lead, but fight's coming out.
Yeah, there's a True Shot Barrage, and they're gonna go ahead and get one down there. Corki going down. There's a GA being popped by Jarvan. Are they going to be able to follow up on this? And now everybody's going to go ahead and disengage as well. Was that a Rift Herald dropped as well?
Yep, it's a Rift Herald.
Yeah, Rift Herald being dropped as well. And now, you don't have any current big objectives up, but you're going to go ahead and get that satchel charge on top of that turret to demolish that. And quite the game. I think LG has the potential to really get themselves back in the game here. They are slowly getting further and further behind, so they have to do something with this team composition they have. As you mentioned earlier, you don't feel like Corki did that much in the laning phase, which is true. They really didn't. Okay, there you go. TK getting really low here. Koane able to not able to get the taunt off, unfortunately, by Cool, and Cool's gonna get out of here. But as I was saying, you have
here comes the Inferno. Oh, it still lives.
TK able to live. after the Mega Inferno Bomb coming down as well. But I don't know. We're gonna have to see how Corki's, Corki's value comes into. I think mid to late game. We're gonna see if it really was worth that pick, or maybe it could have been better with a more conventional support pick.
The early advantage of having Corgi support, the only reason I see them picking this is for the package, just to set up the team fight, just to confuse the opponents. Like, you're just using it to block the entrance to the Dragon Fit or whatever objective they're trying to get. But damage-wise, utility-wise, there's really not much besides the package. But if we reach the later parts of the game, Corki's support will still become a carry.
Yeah, and then they'll have 2 ADCs to worry about, and we have pretty much Ocean Drake coming up very shortly here. And again, it's going to come down to how these two teams fight around this dragon. They're going ahead and start it here. They might be able to just get this this Drake for free, actually. Looks like it, but there is some action going out here. There's the Cool, trying to put out some damage. Does put out a lot of damage, and there's the Mega Inferno Bomb as well. The Cataclysm coming out. Are they going to be able to clean up here? There's the Killer Instinct right on top of her. Is she going to be able to get the kill here? There you go. The Kaisa, the Hextech Ultimatum coming out as well. Nice entrance. Oh, nice, very nice entrance coming out. But Corki also very low. Is Galio going to be able to escape under this turret? Here comes Jarvan as well. There's the knock up, the taunt. Nice taunt. Pops the stasis, gets a kill as well. And the thumbs up emote on top of it. Well played. Well played.
Finally, Gohan decides to join the team fight, man. That's what I've been waiting for Team Loyola Gaming to do since the start of the game. They have a Camille Galio combo. They should have been abusing this combo since the first dragon. But yeah, the early skirmish made a riff in whatever decision making trying to do in the early parts of the game. Plus, a lot of mistakes on the side of Loyola Gaming's Lee Sin and Galio. When the game started, if you notice, a lot of Sonic Waves has been missing and a lot of the Galio's combo.
Yeah, oh no, there's a stasis being popped right there by Ezreal, and now Paradox is in trouble as well. Can Paradox escape? There's just so much damage coming out from Valiant Winx right now, though. And now TK also trying to run inside his own jungle. And there you go. There's just so much damage, There's so much damage coming out from Valiant Winx, and as you said, the further we get into the game, the more that Corki becomes an ADC, and he has that damage available. Now, yes, Koei needs to get into the game. He needs to participate in those team fights. And is it too late? Was it too late that they decided to really start utilizing that Galio combo that they have? We're gonna find out as we go ahead and get into another team fight here. The Cataclysm coming out, Drew Chop Barrage as well, and they're gonna go ahead and just disengage a little bit there, and that's gonna be Corki going down, Kome going down.
But they were able to take out the Corgi, but gotta remember that that's just the support. That wasn't the main carry of the team. But yeah, hopefully Loyola Gaming can still manage to find a way to make a comeback in this game. They have the better team going, but right now, Valiant Winx has the upper lead. So even though they make a perfect execution of their team comp, they might lose because they don't have enough damage.
Yeah, they definitely have a good team comp. I would like to see LG, really utilize what they have. As you mentioned, I mean, that Galio is such a big value pick there. I think they're doing the right thing though too, Rox, as far as like they're just trying to get these picks if they can, and slowly build up. And now they're going to be working on Cool. There's the Flash as well, the Twilight Shot coming out, the Redemption. Now the Hextech Ultimatum coming out, pops the Shuriken Flip, and there's a True Shot Barrage. Stasis does come out, takes down Alter Shot, the kick, the Cyclone. There you go. They get the kill on Cool, but was it worth everything they used? Because now you have Valiant Winx making their way up to the top, Galio in the middle part of the jungle, and is he going to be looking to initiate, or can they just back off, stay safe? But you might have a Baron call coming from Valiant Winx as well. Never mind, they're just going to go back to lane.
It was just a swap of Baron laners since both of them died. And if you've noticed, there was some hesitance from the side of Loyola Gaming. Lee Sin, the Camille was into killing the Akali. He just kept chasing her, but the Lee Sin stopped for a second, and that second that Lee Sin stopped would have been the deciding factor for Camille to survive that Akali perfect execution, because you know how Lee Sin's Tempest can reveal Akali from her shroud, right? And
Yep.
yeah, that 1 second of seeing the Akali and dealing damage to her.
Yeah, and forced her to pop that stasis, and now they also have the package from Corki, I believe, for this dragon. If they do take this, that's going to be their 3rd dragon here, so it's going to be a little bit harder for LG to come back here. Lee Sin, TK, not able to get out there in time. He is going to get taken down, most likely by that Mega Inferno Bomb. There you go. That's the cleanup right there. Hextech Ultimatum now on top of this Corki. Here comes Paradox and Atrium as well. The Killer Instinct being popped. Camille goes down. Now they're looking on these two. Paradox going down as well. Galio gets taken out in time. Atrix still alive. Is he going to be able to get a kill? Pops the stasis. No, sir. He is going to go down right here. And that's going to be a kill. A double kill for Akali.
That's gonna be bad, and there's a lot of hesitance happening to the Lee Sin, and as you guys know in tournaments, when you pick a Lee Sin, you have to be very confident because all those kicks won't happen, all those mispositionings will happen if you don't remember how you play when you practice. Solo queue Lee Sin is clearly different from team fight Lee Sin. That's why practicing Lee Sin in 5v5 scrims really helps a lot in this kinds of game, because clearly right now, as much as I don't want to offend GTK, I can see solo queue Lee Sin happening and not the 5v5 Lee Sin that I'm talking about.
Yeah, I mean,
because a lot of queues been missing the Dragon Rage, wrong targets, the direction of the Dragon Rage, all those things.
Yeah, and as a whole, I mean, LG, you know, as far as the team as a whole, they have to, when your jungler is down, you know, having a tough game, really it comes down to the team. Can they help that jungler pick up from there? Because right now, as you mentioned, you know, jungle wise, he's having a very hard time getting those objectives, so they're looking to pretty much just put Alter Shot in the Baron lane to push that lane, at least to get something down objective wise. But right now you have Valiant Wings pretty much just pushing in on that mid lane. They do manage to get that turret, and they're going to go ahead and pull back, as everybody knows that Alter Shot is also here pushing in these lanes. They do have Baron. There is a clash going up at top, but that's going to be a kill for Akali going down. Now Ziggs gets also the Janna. Aatrox just barely alive. And again, that's going to be another kill right there. TK going down. This could be the game right here as Kaisa pops the Killer Instinct. That's going to be a double kill as well. There's also a 1 versus 1 here. Again, support Corki there to hold the Alter Shot, and that's going to be game number 1 right there. GGWP going over to Valiant Winks, and that is why they have 10 points. Now they have more.
Yeah, 100%. Congratulations to Valiant Winks for taking that first game of the series. Hopefully, Holy Angels can make this uneven. I don't think they should pick Lee Sin anymore next game unless they are trusting their jungler that much, because yeah, as we've seen in the last game, a lot of Sonic Maves was missing the Dragon Rage direction. Initiating the team fights, it should have been Camille Gallo, but yeah, Camille Gallo didn't work out that much. We've only seen the Hextech entrance only once, I think, the whole game.
Yeah, I mean, they had the tools, right? I mean, we talked about this in the draft period. You know, they had the tools available. But just like every single game, you can have the best team comp the game, but if your team can't, you know, if the players and the team as a whole can't really utilize and execute those champions, you know, the better team's gonna win, right? The better team that can do that, and it was clear, you know, Valiant Winks had that advantage. You know, they executed very, very well. On top of that, I think, you know, cool on the Akali. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I love watching, you know, these type of players. You know, I love watching whether it's this college level of players, which also perform very, very well, and even pro play. You know, seeing these Akali players just kind of weave in and out, pump out the damage, and at the same time just perform really well is a treat to see. And I think we have to give it up to Cool there for that match. Performing really well for his team. And again, we're gonna have to see if LG can secure themselves a win here, because they really do need it as far as, you know, points and brackets go and everything. And right now we have Valiant Winks with that 11 points now after they took that game 1.
Yep. Well, Cole is ex-pro player from Loyola PC, so
Mm.
I'm not surprised on how he performed in this match. I should have realized sooner when I saw his name in the champ select. But yeah, he's an ex-pro player, challenger in Loyola PC. So
Okay.
yeah, and
Well, that
good
makes
job,
sense.
good job that he was able to transition into Wild Rift and it's still flourishing.
Yeah. I mean, so in terms of from your perspective, it's actually nice because we have to consider, we don't always get to have casters with that are actual, professional players, and we had
Mm.
Rebenga here earlier, and now you're here gracing us with your casting skills. Now, from a player perspective, what does LG need to do to pretty much get a win for themselves here?
As I've seen from their first gameplay, they're missing a lot in their executions. As a trio for their mid jungle and top lane, they should practice more on again those perfect execution because as we seen in the last game, the first time that Ethan encountered the Jarvan would have been dead if they just had that practice, had that in them to that they already know what should happen when they encounter the Jarvan on the left side. And it
Yeah.
was just mistakes after mistakes. And after that, the Akali even got the lead. And again, as I told you before, I know the Akali player is an ex-pro. You should give an ex-pro LoL PC a lead. It's gonna especially on an Akali champion. And clearly, she used that advantage. She used that advantage to win the game for her team. And even the Horky pick was like a spitting on the opponent's face because Corey didn't do a lot. He just used his patch. In his patch, it wasn't given that great of a positioning. I'm just saying, as in a pro player perspective, uh, they need to practice more, and that Lee Sin pick again needs to be hidden unless they really trust their jungle that much.
It's funny because I've seen TK play Lee Sin before, and he played it very well. But the difference there, I think he just had more support, from his team. And I don't know if he's that type of jungler that really relies on, more so being helped by his team more than because yeah, as you mentioned, when you play a jungle, especially a Lee Sin in a competitive scene, you need to make those decisions. You need to like make those decisions right away. You can't hesitate. Hesitation will kill you. And so we'll see what they do here. I'm not surprised, to see these bans coming out. Akali is banned after a showing like that. But it looks like the ban came out from Cool, so he doesn't want to play Akali. He's probably gonna has something else in his champion pool there. But as you mentioned, he is a challenger player. So most of these players have pretty deep champion pools, I would say. So it's gonna be interesting to see how he performs, who he picks in this next game. So.
Well, let's see. Lulu and Greg is banned. Seraphine and the Akali banned. The Seraphine has been banned twice throughout this match. It's like they're doing some Loyola game. They really don't want them to get that Seraphine though.
Yeah, I'm just laughing at the comment section. I don't really open up the comment section much, but I do want to just shout out to the viewers, man. And I know you have your supporters here as well, so shout out to your supporters out there. And I know when we had a chance to collab as well, my viewers really enjoyed that. Really enjoyed that stream. So, but we are going to be getting into the picks here. We go ahead and see this Diana being picked up. It's probably going to go over to their mid laner Koane, and you mentioned mentioned last game. You mentioned last game Koane on the Galio, right? Wasn't able to participate early enough. So maybe on this time around for this Diana, maybe that's their play here, to be more active, proactive as far as their mid lane goes.
Yeah, and also back to what you were saying earlier ago about DK relying on his teammates, that he was hesitating because he was waiting for his teammates. That's where practice comes in. That's where your trust in your teammates comes in. Because once you go in as a jungler, your teammates should automatically back you up, right?
Be there,
and
yeah.
when if they don't back you up, that's when it's their fault. It's not your fault anymore. That's why you gotta practice a lot when you're participating in tournaments, so that that doesn't happen, so that you
Yeah.
don't feel that way when you are initiating team fights. And again, the Lee Sin was hesitating, the guy was hesitating, the Kabil was hesitating. Everybody from Loyola Gaming has to trust one another. If you guys can hear me, fight like a team, fight like a team, guys.
Yeah, I think too. It's. I was actually asking this last weekend, like how much time do these players get to spend together, playing together? Like how much time do they put? Because it is different when you're on an actual professional team, right? So I was actually talking to this with OSX last weekend. How much time do these players really spend to each other? I'm actually surprised to see a Renekton pick here too. I do think that Renekton is a little bit underperforming, and for the most part. I mean, he is still a valuable pick depending on how you play him. So we do have an interesting composition going on as well over for Valiant Wings. So I think they're way more centered on poke comp over here with a Ziggs, Ezreal, Ari. Not to mention they have that lockdown potential from this Camille, and just Garen is Garen, right? But as far as both team compositions go, who would you give it here? Who would you give the team comp to?
Uh, Loyola Gaming has a better team, in my opinion. They got the Braum to counter the Ezreal and the Ezreal poke and the 6-1, even the Ari poke. Braum can handle all of it. Yes, he's gonna get chunked down to 140 HP, but at least he gets the job done. And by that time, that Braum's HP is almost about to die.
Oh, cool, getting taken out by the Tribush. Jeez.
At least they're making use out of their Braum picks. I've seen earlier ago there was a lot of Braum picks, and they're always doing this early in waves, and that's good. At least they do this.
I think we mentioned that. Was that last game where we were mentioning, some teams try to get a kill there, and maybe they do hear you, Rox. They didn't hesitate on that one. They pulled the trigger on it. They got that first blood, so good for them. And Coleman might be in trouble here as Renekton is just around the corner, but they're going ahead and poke here. But there is Ari as well. Kelv's looking to get. He does not have the charm yet, unfortunately, as everybody's pretty much level 1. So very interesting start here. We have pretty much both teams taking jungle camps from each other, and just very aggressive both ways.
Yep. Good job on Loyola Gaming for that early cheese gang that succeeded. Again, back to what I was saying on the early on the champ select. They have the upper lead, Loyola Gaming does, because of the Braum pick to counter the bolt, and the rest of his teammates can just clean up while he's tanking all the damage. But let's see what's gonna happen.
Man, I'll tell you, they don't like the conventional support picks over there, do they? Yeah. That's gonna be a kill right there on top of the Renekton. I noticed they have, I think it's Ziggs here paired with Ezreal. I'm pretty sure Ari is in the middle lane. I think. I could be wrong there, but they just don't like the conventional support pick. So very, very interesting. Yeah, Ari in the mid, and you can see them going ahead, and it looks like just switching lanes as well. So now you have quite the start. A minute, and there's a flash coming out, and now there's another flash from Ziggs. And now also up here in the top lane, Ziggs gets taken down in the bottom lane. Now they're working on top of this Garen. Are they going to be able to get cooldown? Nice. They're not going to let Cool get any momentum in this game as they take cooldown right there. There's so much action, Rox.
Yeah, there's so much action this game. It's nice, finally. At least the action is succeeding. There's mistakes, but there's success also mixed in.
I tell you, they did hear you. They were listening to the stream when you said, "Don't hesitate, make plays," pretty much, So.
But you know what about what I said earlier ago about trusting your teammates? Sometimes it brainwashes you when you practice a lot, just like a pro player. Because when you go in solo, you wait, what happened to Ziggs?
Kome gonna get caught out here. He is very low. Is gonna be able to get out. He does with the Sapphire. Nice. Never mind, he gets taken down, and now it's gonna be another kill right there. Kaisa going down, but here comes a Renekton. Is he gonna get taken down by this Ezreal? He does get killed, flashes out as well, and they survive. But here comes Diana. Coane looking for a kill, does land that skill shot right there, and there you go. That's gonna be another kill. It's 6-4, 3 minutes in.
Well, that was a mistake for the side of LG. They were already in the lead when they got the Ziggs very early. Right here is when you see that the Braum was chasing the Ezreal instead of sticking with their Kaisa. and defending her from the Camille. They could have traded better here if the Club defended the Kaisa, in my opinion. And back that was what I was saying earlier ago. The brainwash from practicing 5v5 is when you play solo queue after. When you're playing with complete strangers and you're playing like it's your teammates still, and you go with them when they're initiating bad team fights and you lose because of it. Yeah. Is what I'm trying to say. So you gotta practice to remember when you have to play like you're with your teammates, and forget that you're playing in solo queue.
Oh, another bush play right there coming out from LG, and I mean they're doing really well with those. And now you have an Inferno Drake up as well.
Yeah,
Koane and Ashina gonna go ahead and try to hold them off here in time for the Garen to get down as well. You have Camille still in the mid lane. Are they gonna be able to pull the go here on this dragon? Yeah, they might have. Here comes the Hextech ultimatum coming out. Now it is a team fight. Mega Inferno Bomb as well. Demancy and Justice goes down, but it's not enough to get a kill. There goes Camille. She is taken down. Ari in the back lane. And again, Paradox getting really low. Satchel charge coming out. And now they're working on top of Aatrix. And that's going to be the silence and the spin to win, with Garen getting that double kill. And now Infernal Drake is available, but unfortunately, they might not be able to do it just yet.
Yeah, well, on that team fight, Loyola Gaming should have just backed out, because they had a lot of members on half HP, plus a lot of the members. I mean, they only pick up one person, and even if they rush Baron, the Dragon, they are just gonna get poked by the 6 and Ezra. So, and they just should have just reset faster, because the Camille got them before they could reset.
Koane also half health here. Now that's going to be the smite coming out from Camille. Does grab that Infernal Drake for the team. Ari in trouble. Does get taken down by the Braum there. And now, are they going to go ahead and disengage or look for an engage here? They do have that Infernal buff as well. You can see both teams go ahead and just back off here. So good secure there for Valiant Wings to grab that Infernal. And again, they're not too far behind in gold. Very little bit. And again, they're just going to have to win these team fights. And it's weird because they don't have a conventional support. They're running this Ezreal and this Ziggs in the bottom lane, super poke abilities. And you're going to have Rift Herald coming up. So you're going to see that reset come out and then transitioning over to see who grabs this Rift Herald.
Loyola Gaming still has the lead. All they have to do is continue with what they were doing earlier ago, which was just going all in. Don't let the Valiant Wings have a breathing time to pull, because that's how they lose the Valiant Wings.
Yeah, they can't let up on their lead right now. They're gonna have to grab this Rift Herald if LG wants to stay with this momentum. And you can see pretty much everybody coming down to that Rift Herald. You still have Cool chilling on the Garen in the bottom lane. He's gonna go ahead and just cut that wave out. And again, you have so much poke coming from Valiant Wings, and they're going to go ahead and just keep working on these turrets until Camille pretty much says, Chicken Wing says, let's do this Rift Herald, guys. But you have pretty much all the members from LG up here as well, not wanting this to happen. There you go.
I can already see how this is going, because they're just letting the Garen split push in bottom lane. They're not really forcing the Herald, and they're not forcing a team fight. They're just buying time for the Garen, and Team Loyola Gaming is not realizing that earlier, and now...
Oh, the Moonfall right there. And the Hextech ultimatum coming down as well, but he is getting chunked really low. Koane able to just pop bombs out from the back lane. Everybody on LG super low. And again, Rift Herald still alive, but here comes Cool on the Garen just in time. He's going to go ahead and get up there. Aatrix trying to get away. TK very low. Koane very low. They're going to get caught in a bad position here. The flash is coming out as well. And there he goes, Koane. TK just barely getting away. Is he going to get taken out? He does with the Ignite, I believe. And now Renekton running for that honey fruit, and now looking for that mid turret. Valiant Wings is here to knock on the door. Renekton going into the back lane. Can he get the kill on Ari? It's not enough, unfortunately. And now Paradox trying to do his best to defend that turret, but that's going to be over for Valiant right there.
Loyola Gaming just played into the hands of Valiant Wings. They didn't realize sooner that they're just buying time for the Garen to split push. And once the tower got destroyed, that's when they made another mistake. They started the team fight. And what happens when you start the team fight when the Garen has just finished split pushing? He's just gonna come over and clean you up. And that's what happened.
Yeah, now you have that Rift Herald pretty much for the taking. and it looks like they're just gonna go for it, non-contested. So again, this is another objective going over here to Valiant Wings, and slowly but surely LG is losing that lead that they had, and that they've lost it. So now they have to, oh, there's a Moonfall coming out, and now it's going to be a 2 versus 1. Also, here comes Renekton looking to get the stun off, but Cool does have that buff. Is he going to be able to survive? No, sir, gets taken down 3 versus 1. And again, you have Ari grabbing a kill also, and a turret as well, and all that's left is Kaisa. You pretty much have an opposite battle here for the turrets going out. They have the Herald as well. Hextech Ultimatum come down. Can he get away in time? No, sir, he gets taken down by the Ezreal. And there we go. Pretty much a base battle at this moment. A 3-man push in the top lane. 3-man push in the bottom lane with a Rift Herald. Paradox trying to do his best. Glacial Fisher out. And they're going to
get stopped. They got it.
Oh no. Are they able to do it? They get the turret. And now, there goes the Renekton as well. It is a disaster, unfortunately. And now, Cohen's going to get taken down, focus, and here they come.
Okay. They get killed the Kaisa, they might be able to end the game.
Kill.
It's just a Kaisa left. No,
what is happening?
End the game. Well...
the base battle, base race didn't work out, man.
It could have been great for Loyola Gaming. What should have happened was, after they killed the Garen, the Braum and the Kaisa left in top lane to defend against 4 people. They shouldn't have defended the tower because they're just gonna get tower doved on, and that's what happened to them. After that, it was a trade. And then they continued to push bottom lane, not knowing or not remembering that Team Valiant Wings still had the Herald, so that's when everything went south for them. And they had to lead at first.
When it's a base race, the team with the Rift Herald's gonna win, right? I mean, that's how it is. And now you have this Dragon again going over to Valiant Wings. There's initiation, Hextech Ultimatum coming out again. Once again, there's the Mega Inferno Bomb too, and they just have to run from this because there's just so much CC damage and everything combined for Valiant Wings, plus the 2 buffs. And again, you have Cool here on this Garen, just able to get in everybody's faces while the rest of his team is in the back lane, just poking away.
I mean, the exchange earlier could have ended even. Wait.
There's the Moonfall as well, and again under the turret, they're gonna go ahead and grab this turret. And again, you know, nice try by Cohen with that Moonfall, but there's just not enough to really capitalize on Diana's kit right now.
Yeah, I know. I think it's gonna be another Nexus Tower.
This could be another Nexus Tower. TK not able to do much on the Rengar. He's gonna go ahead and just bob and weave in the back lane. Can he go for a pick here? But they're going to go ahead and try to end the game. Everybody focusing on the Nexus. They do clear the minions. Nice Zonia as well. The stasis, and they're going to have to back off there. And I mean, they're delaying what could possibly be that end of the game right there. And honestly, what can LG do? I mean, they're 10k gold behind. They don't have any of the dragon buffs. You know, if Valiant Wings really wanted to, they could transition over to Baron, force a fight there, most likely win the team fight, unless, you know, there's a huge mistake happening. So it's going to be interesting. Again, how can LG do? What can LG do to really put themselves back into this game, or are they just delaying the inevitable?
Well, as I can see, LG is still trying to do their best to win the game, but they keep doing bad exchanges. They're doing exchanges, but they're just getting the bad part out of it.
Yeah.
What I can see that's been repetitively happening.
Once again get caught out. The stasis coming out as well, and now Cohen goes down, but here they go, the Hextech Ultimatum, and that's going to be a kill right there on top of Braum as well. This very well could be the last game as 3 members are down. And there you go, Rengar getting taken down as well. But here you go, Renekton, the altar shot, going for the base push by himself. Can he do it by himself? There's the true shot for ROG to clear the minions. They have the Baron recall, and that's going to be a valiant effort over by LG. But you have Valiant Winks here, taking the game number 2. Going over to them. Nice try, nice try.
Yeah, nice try, Darlington.
Yeah, I mean, again, it was a very, you know, roller coaster of a game. You know, LG had that momentum. They had the lead for a little bit, Unfortunately, again, it could be communication, it could be just shot calling, right? And unfortunately, they just lost that momentum that they had, and they gave it over to Valiant Winks. And Valiant Winks is proving time and time again they are a strong team and a strong contender in this entire tournament.
Yep, 100%. Well, I'm happy for LG, man. They heard what I said before the game started. They trusted themselves. They had a momentum at the start of the game. And honestly, I'm happy that they were able to do that. That goes to show that they're not just some pushover team, and
Yeah.
that they can come back and they can become better than what they are doing right now. And I believe in the next few tournaments, if they continue to keep this up, realize what their mistakes are, they can become one of the top teams here in the University Alliance Cup.
Yeah. And so now we have the standings. We have the breakdown of the standings here, guys. So for Group A, in first place we have FIT, and they're 8-2 with 11 points. We have Golden Lions in second, Talent Tigers in third, fourth place Sage Esports, fifth Warlocks, in sixth place MGS Gaia. And for Group B, we have Valiant Winks. We just saw them with that strong showing, 13 points. They are in the lead for the entire thing with 13 points. We have Gearhawks in second, Sulo in third, Bravehearts in fourth, LG in fifth, and Paradigm in sixth. So that is the current standings. Rox, is there anything you want to say before we go ahead and say our goodbyes today?
Well, I really had a fun time shoutcasting. Finally, guys, I'm sorry I wasn't able to be present in the last few. A lot of these tournaments I wasn't able to be present because of the ongoing tournaments that I have myself, and hopefully
Pro
I'll be
life.
able to shoutcast more in the next few weeks so that we can end this with me shoutcasting with Dyson, Rebeng, and all the other shoutcasters that I haven't been able to stream with yet. I'd like to thank the University Alliance Cup for inviting me to shoutcast this tournament. And of course, all the sponsors, ASUS Republic, Globe.com, Logitech, and Twitch. I hope you guys enjoyed watching and hearing our shoutcast. And I'm looking forward to shoutcast more here in the future.
And yeah, it's been a pleasure, man. And everybody that's watched today, thank you guys so much for joining us for another day of action-packed college level Wild Rift games. So that is going to be it for us today. We thank you for joining us, and we will see you on the next stream day.